what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie Bear all day. Boom, we got to get back. I'm back from vacation. We got to get back into some blades, and there's no better way to do it with Drachenader. This thing is only, what, 37 bucks. 37 bucks, that's oil on the blade. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good in the hood. Comes right off. But this thing right here is a pretty decent feeling knife. It is stout. It's a button lock. I haven't broke it in yet, and it's still getting there all the way through, all the way to. Not so bad. The flipper works great. Let's see. We can Spidey flick it. I don't know if I can use that thumb, but maybe I can use this thumb. Boom. We can. So this thing is a non-stop and always popping type of blade. Not bad. It's actually comfortable in the hand, and it's a really good size for a bring-along camp knife. And you can bring it along in this because it actually comes with this with a small ferro rod holder. So you can put in a ferro rod and use that 90 spine to strike yourselves. If a cat was just around me, I got cat hair in my eyes. So you can use that all day, every day. Cat hair. Not so bad. It's got almost an infinity fuller. It goes all the way to the tip and then stops in the swedge. You have some jimping right here, not aggressive. Right here, though, that is pretty sweet. You have some crazy grippy G10. And not only that, but all those lines right there, it's made for sweat wicking. So all your sweat when you're using your hands, or when you're using your knife with your hands and your hands are wet, those channels are going to adopt some of the water and you're going to do good. It does have a big lanyard hole, which is very nice. And the color is cool. Also, it is 14 C28N steel, which is fantastic. So getting this for $37, you're getting a real steel knife. This is a great steel. Let's look at some of the specs here as far as size. I don't know where they are. I'm looking. Okay, with a folding size of just 4.57 inches, so that's the closed length. I actually have this, so why not just do that? We are looking at about 3.5 inches in the blade, 8 1/8 overall. It's a good size. It's a really good size pocket knife. $37. And I'm going to put the Amazon link down below. But we need to go check this thing out. It's a pretty stout feeling knife. This right here isn't the kind that caves in. It's actually the hard nylon, which is pretty nice. So it's going to keep your blade protected. And even though it does come with a case, it also still has your pocket clip. So you have both options. Let's take it outside. All right. So one thing I've noticed about these Drachenader blades is, and it means, I think, dragon vein is what it means in German. But one of the watchers actually put that down, and then Drachenader commented on their comment. Yes, it is. But I've come to find out that these guys have impeccable edge geometry. So let's give that a shot. And like always, and with every single one of their blades, they are insanely razor sharp. I have not had one yet, and this is, I don't know, fourth, fifth one I've done. Crazy sharp. And I really do appreciate that. Let's wind this down. Ooh, I love that little crank system on these things. All right, so ta-da! Now we can get busy. Get a little busy, baby. Let's see. We got some thread here. Let's try and get all this stuff out of there. I still haven't screwed down that top, so it still wiggles and wobbles all over me. It wiggles and wriggles and jiggles inside. So, here we go. We got the dog trying to climb up my leg. We got this guy right here. And let's twist it up. Twist it up and make ourselves a fine little piece of rope and see what we can get for cutting done here. And that is super easy. I mean, super easy. Let's get a whole lot of strands in there. I can barely grab it, but it doesn't matter because this knife comes sharp. It comes sharp. Every Drachenader blade I have used so far has just been the same when it comes to, I mean, come on. When it comes to sharpness, edge geometry, just workability, comfort in the hand, every single one of them, wow. Watch it. It's effortless. That is just absolutely effortless. I mean, I've come to really enjoy these knives. Let's twist this one up and try and do a push cut on the twisted, braided, ooh, that's wobbly, double piece. I mean, this stuff is just so easy. This knife, I mean, these knives, I should say, are just so easy to use. It's remarkable how sharp they come and how well the edge geometry is. And then you look at the price, especially 14C28 and steel. That's a bargain. That is an absolute bargain because that stuff is really good. Let's do a couple hard downward throws into this block. Bam! That was, you could see the depth and how far that thing dug in there. That was actually really nice. Let's try that again. Bam! I even cut the end of one of the ropes off. That was pretty good. That is in there. Let's see. You can actually see the depth line on there. That thing buried itself. Let's see here. So now it is like a bring along EDC camp knife, made pretty much to handle all your regular EDC tasks, but also to be able to do other tasks, you know, like woodland tasks. And it's not obviously your chopping knife, but this knife is built tough and it's built to be fantastic for outdoor use. And it's not hard to see why and how it would be that way, because the thing is just a worker. Let's see. Not a chopper, but you got to make some spear points or hot dog sticks or tent spikes or anything like that jazz. This thing is going to help you out. So I'm going to get it down to a nice carvable section there. So easy. So easy. The blade geometry just makes this kind of thing effortless. It's just super, super easy. No wiggling, no wobbling. I wonder if I can pop. Oh, I can pop it. The button lock is nice and strong. This thing so far is just really good. Really, really good. Let's see here. Not much to a baton right there. It's not very thick, but we're just going to give it a couple whacks anyway. Make sure that nothing loosens on it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, folding knife, banging on it. You hear it? Did you hear that sound? It's starting to break in. Listen. Oh, that is the sound you want to hear. That is super nice. It's getting faster. That is super nice. So I have some, well, first, I do have some of this packaging stuff here. Let's see. Make sure I'm over the stem. Bam, that just absolutely ripped. Let's take the tip, do a nice pull, turn it around, get the other side. Do you have, I mean, it's a cutter. It's a cutter. But I have these zip ties that I was making a shelter from a puppy with out of an old chicken coop. I needed to add shade so she could survive. Now normally you cut them with like some kind of cutter, but I did all this bamboo here so you can see. Give the dog some shade. But I don't know if I can cut straight up with this because it's kind of hard to cut a zip tie. Okay, maybe not. So, I mean, that's all pretty easy. That's all pretty easy. So you can cut a freestanding zip tie without having to clip it with this little knife. Not so bad. So now let's do the skinning test. If it's going to be any kind of outdoor knife, any kind of bring along, any kind of just in case, it's got to be able to skin. And that just did. So you can see, not just is it going to go through the hide, but if it's a very fatty animal, this rubber right here would really help showing you how easy it's going to get through all that. That was a super, super clean cut. These knives are just made to work. They're just made to work. Great prices, great edge geometry. They use proper materials. They're built well. They're comfortable. There's not much you can say negative. I'm trying to think, like, if I was going to say something like, oh, if only with this knife. But there's nothing really to if only, because it's a good knife. It's not like, oh, I wish it only had this, or oh, I only wish it did this. This knife works. This knife, $37. This knife is going to keep on working. And what I like to do is, and somebody asked me, what I like to do is after knife use, what I do is I just take it to a, oh, look at that, still shave sharp. I just take it to, I just take it to a kitchen steel and and I hone them up after each use. I never have to sharpen my knives. I don't have to bring them out and do all kinds of work. And the good thing about a kitchen steel is if you're out camping or whatever, put it in your bag. You can have one with you all the freaking time. That means you just poop after each use, and that's it. You're always going to stay sharp. You're always going to be honed. It's always going to be right. And that would be great with this knife, as it is with any knife. But it's just something that if you're using this as some kind of camp carry along, as some kind of camp extra blade, or just your regular EDC if you work in a warehouse, or you just use a knife every single day like a lot of us do, especially when you're out here in the desert on your own little ranch, you find a need for a knife every single day. And I'll tell you what, this thing in your pocket, you're going to be able to use it every single day. Not too shabby. So follow the link below, check it out. Hi, I'm Donnie all day. Until next knife.